Hey, I'm Son of Kim, or Connor McCandless if you're watching me here on Instagram, America's face of dating. And today we're getting quite the blizzard and ice storm where I'm at. So I'm just currently enjoying that in the common area before everything freezes over. But today we're going to be talking about how this guy who wrote into me on this coaching chronicle wrote into me on Instagram, and he said, I'm done making excuses, but where do I start? So a lot of guys I see with dating, what their problem is that they literally just make excuses as to why they're not going to work on dating. Some people are like, oh, the timing just isn't right, or I'm just really busy with work. And they make all these excuses like, oh, the right girl is just going to come along, and family and friends, they try to convince you that the right girl's just going to come along. Just focus on yourself and focus on your career. And that's only half right. Like, you need to focus on yourself, but part of focusing on yourself is learning the dating skills. If you just focus on your career, a lot of people mistake that to be, oh, just focus on my career and the right girl's going to come to me. Well, she might come to you, but you don't know how to keep her attracted. And then she goes cold and you're like, well, what the fuck? And it's because the advice that they give you is only half right. And this is what this guy's currently facing here, as you're about to find out. Let's just jump right into the chronicle. So he says, hey, Connor, I've been watching your reels for a while, and they've got me thinking about how much I've been holding myself back. For years, he says, I've been using work as an excuse to avoid dealing with my dating life. At least you notice it though here, bro. Like, at least you realize, hey, you know what? I'm making excuses. He said, but recently I decided it's time for a change. I just don't know where to start. Well, here is the place to start, man. Half of the battle with dating is realizing that you have a problem to begin with. That's half the battle. Like, there was one morning I woke up, it was 2 weeks after a breakup with the last girl that I wrote about in my best-selling book, Waking the Core of Man. Not gonna spoil that for you. Kind of just did though. But, you know, we broke up, and it really broke my heart. And I heard this quote from my mentor, and he goes, the amount of pain that you feel, Connor, from a breakup is equivalent to the amount of change that you made to please the girl in the relationship. And I was like, damn, I feel a lot of pain, which means I changed who I was to please her. And so I woke up one morning and I was just tired of feeling like shit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get healthy. I'm gonna get fit. I'm gonna get jacked. Still kind of working on that part with the jacked part, but I'm gonna get really good with women and make a lot of money doing it. We've done 2 out of 3 basically. We're working on the third one, getting jacked. Just started working on my health really this year. But so far we're putting everything aligned and it's going pretty well. But I woke up and I was just like, dude, you're being a pussy. You're blaming everyone else but yourself. And no one's gonna come to save you. And if you blame outside resources or external conflicts for your problems, then you're never gonna be able to fix you and fix the problem at a root. So he goes, I haven't been on a date in over 3 years, and honestly, that one didn't end well. She ended up ghosting me, and it left me feeling like I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, man, like, if you get ghosted, that's the right way to look at it though. It's like, hey, if you get ghosted and you have no idea why, most likely it's your process. It's like, if you know why, then chances are you know what to fix. But again, like, half of the battle is realizing there's a battle to begin with. And once you do that, you just have to plug in the right process. Even Einstein said, if I was given 60 minutes to solve a problem, I would spend the first 55 minutes figuring out what the fuck the problem even is to begin with, and the last 5 minutes just plugging in the right solutions for it to solve the problem. He says, now when I'm at a sports bar or out somewhere, I want to approach women, but I just freeze up. I don't know what to say. And the thought of making the wrong move keeps me stuck in my head. Well, I mean, common advice would just be like, well, just go talk to her, right? But it's like, in the moment, it's like, it's harder, right? When I pluck you up out of this video and I place you in the bar and I put you down there and you see a beautiful hot girl in a red dress, it's hard to say the lines. It's hard to know what to say. It's difficult to say what you want to say. It's difficult to flirt. It's because your brain is wired for safety. When you talk to a hot girl, your brain is literally associating that with death. As crazy as it sounds, it's fight or flight. You feel fight or flight in that moment. Because way back in the day when we were caveman and had packs, if you were like a weirdo in the pack and you got kicked out of the pack, you're done. You're sent into the jungle with the tigers. So it's actually a safety mechanism as to why you get frozen up and approach anxiety. As crazy as that sounds, it's like your lizard part of your brain, the survival part that doesn't think about breathing, it doesn't think about blinking, it doesn't think about making your heart beat in your chest. That's what's happening there. But the way to break through that is to realize, dude, we're not in a pack anymore. You have to consciously battle that instinctual part of you and just be like, I'm not in a pack. If I go get rejected, it's just gonna make me better. Dating, dating is so easy today because there is so many soft, weak men out there. It just blows my mind. Men just fold like a piece of paper nowadays. Women want a man. And if you can just be a fucking man, dude, dating is so easy, man. So easy, dude. And part of that is making the approach, bro. You have to go make the approach. That is just a part of dating. You can also make your style unique so that you can limit or reduce the chances or the odds of rejection. You can't completely wipe it off the face of the planet. You're still gonna get rejected. And the more you get rejected, the better, because it's gonna make you stronger if you take a lesson from it every single time. But the way to limit it is work on your style, be unique, and look for her eyes. If she's looking at you, your odds of getting rejected shrink significantly, especially in the sports bar. It's just statistically studied that at least two out of 100 women that you talk to are gonna be extremely attracted to you. And so when you're in a sports bar, there's probably 50, 100 women maybe, depending on what location you're at, maybe 25, I don't know. It really just depends on your location. You just have to look for the numbers. You have to look for the eyes. What I really want is to be more confident, social, and charming. He says, I see other guys making it look easy, so easy, he says, but for me, it feels like a huge mountain to climb. I'm ready to get out of the comfort zone and be someone I can build a real long-term relationship with. Well, dude, if you want your dream girl, she also wants her dream man. And, you know, as much as this kind of stings, I'm not going to bullshit you, but her dream man isn't afraid to go talk to people, isn't afraid to go talk to somebody. And a lot of guys use COVID COVID was the best excuse for weak men possible. They just pull that card out of their pocket like it's fucking candy, man. They're just like, oh, it's because COVID, that's messed up my social skills. Dude, if your social skills got messed up by COVID, you never had social skills to begin with. Let's just be real about that. You're just using that as another excuse out of the pocket. It's like, come on, dude. It's so easy to win today, man. Like, there's so many excuse makers and so many reasons to make an excuse. It's not even fucking funny, dude. It really just blows my mind. He said, I'm ready to get out of my comfort zone and meet someone I can build a real long-term relationship with. Yeah, again, man, like your dream girl, again, she's not going to want a man who is afraid to talk to women, which means you need to fix that skill pronto if you want your dream girl. Because if you fear talking to a hot chick, chances are there are other areas of your life that you fear as well doing that you have to do. And women want a man who's fearless, bro. Wants a man who's strong, who's capable, who's competent. Not a man who fears, because if you fear that, if she starts picking up on that fear that you're afraid to talk to women and approach her, then she's gonna test the shit out of you, number one. And number two, she's not gonna be able to trust you. And trust is critical for love to occur. He says, how do I break this cycle and stop holding myself back? It's kind of like a leap of faith, dude. You're probably, on your first 10 approaches with women, you're probably gonna slip and fall 10 out of 10 times. Like, you just have to accept that. Rejection is a part of the process. When you hop on a bicycle for the first time, you probably fell down and scraped your knee, and your parents came, picked you back up. Your dad probably was like, oh, you're crying, man, come on. Like, it wasn't that big of a fall. Puts you back on the bike and you try again, and you probably fall again. And you probably fall multiple times, even as a baby, dude. When you're a baby and you're trying to walk, you just get up 3 times, fall down, and your parents are like, I guess he's just not meant to walk. He tried 3 times, I guess he's just not meant for it. No, dude, the baby does it as many times as it takes. And then finally you get it right and you start walking. It's the same thing with approaching, dude. It's the same exact thing. But you have to take a lesson from it every single time in order for yourself to get better. And you also need the right mentor. Because once you get the right mentor, it's like he's just gonna help you pick yourself up and just go. Because if you are trying to move in the wrong direction, it's gonna be a very exhausting process. You'll eventually probably get it, but it still is gonna be a very exhausting process. That's why I did my taxes yesterday. Like I was like, holy shit, I spent that much money last year? I spent 110 grand last year in 2024 on mentors. I was like, I didn't know that. My tax guy told me that. I was like, but it was worth it because I 10x'd every single investment that I made with my mentors. He said, thanks for everything you do. I'm ready to finally make this a priority. Well, dude, in order to make it a priority, you gotta show me that. You gotta show the world that. If you're just saying, I'm ready to make this a priority, and then you don't do anything about it, it's not a priority at the end of the day. And it's like, if you're considering working with me and my team, that would be an awesome place for you to start. Because it's like, what would you rather do, man? Would you rather spend decades trying to figure this out on your own? Or would you rather just get the blueprint, plug it in, have your dream relationship within a few months tops if you just follow the blueprint? And just skip over the years and years of rejections that it would take to finally figure this out on your own if you can. Shit, it took me like 3 years just to figure out, oh, I need to get a mentor because I'm going absolutely nowhere here. It would feel like I'm going somewhere, and then for some reason, every single time it would fall apart. Now I've been in my dream relationship for 5 years now. So I recommend working with me and my team. If you're on YouTube watching this, there's a call link in the description below. You can book in a call literally with my team, hop on a call and see if you're a perfect fit for what we do. Then we can walk you through my program, onboard you right there. And then if we feel like you're a solid fit, if you're watching this here on Instagram, you can message me the word purple monkey. That's my Instagram code word to know that you've been watching my videos, and we'll actually prioritize you over all the other messages we're getting, because we're getting in an absolute huge influx of messages right now, which is a good problem to have. But we do want to work with the people that are serious, and the people that are serious watch these videos in full every single time. That shows me that this is not only a priority for you, but you're taking action on it. And so if you want to figure out if you're a good fit, message me the word purple monkey, or if you're on YouTube or whatever, there's a link in the description. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, message me personally and I'll get back to you. But on that note, I'm Sona Kim, America's face of dating, and I'll see you guys in the next video.